Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. In today's video we're going to be laying out our Crown Jewel 2025 predictions to this Saturday. Obviously while I'm recording this it is a Thursday, I believe October 9th, and while you see right here, click on this, it'll lead you to the link to my Instagram, and also down here you see this like and subscribe, because whenever you come to the CZV Wrestling page, that's the first thing you need to do, because we post daily wrestling content and very in-depth wrestling content. Mostly WWE, mostly TNA, just those two. And I've been trying to get away from AEW because whenever I watch AEW a lot, which I obviously still watch the shows, but whenever I go look at the news and everything, it definitely mixes up my brain with WWE, and WWE is my main priority. So that's why I'm trying to not stray away from watching AEW, but straying away from looking at news from AEW. But in today's video, we're going to be laying on our Crown Jewel predictions. I have them all pulled up right here, so we're just going to get right into it. Starting off with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky facing the Kabuki Warriors, Kairi Sane and Asuka. At first, during this rivalry, I definitely thought that the win would go to Asuka and Kairi, but now Asuka has been more and more demanding towards Kairi Sane, where that now it looks like that Kairi does not want to do this at all to Rhea or Io. Obviously, Kairi being a little bit sorry for everything she's been doing. She's been trying to say sorry for everything Asuka's been doing. So now Kairi obviously wants to follow Asuka, but she doesn't like the decisions that Asuka's making. So it puts her in a hard place. She's definitely trying to find out where she wants to be. But with Asuka missing Io and Rhea, and there being all memes and like this, her posting on social media memes, which is great, by the way, I think that 100%, I would love to see Asuka and Kairi win. But I think the win is going to Rhea and Io. That being because obviously Asuka's forcing Kairi to be on her side, forcing Kairi to stay with her, and I feel like that's just not what Kairi is going to stand for. So I think that Kairi's not going to turn on her in this match, but there's definitely going to be some miscommunications that would potentially cause a turn in the future. So I think that turn's definitely coming. But I think for now, Asuka and Kairi's going to stay together, but I also do see in the future them breaking up, and I think that this match will kind of put Kairi and Asuka over the edge against each other, and I think that's what's going to definitely push her over the edge. But then we get to the team of Rhea and Io. Obviously, them being former non-friends at all, them facing each other multiple times, and Rio and Io defeating Rhea every time they face off in the ring. So now it makes you wonder, will Rhea lose a tag partner here? One of the main things that's been running through my mind, which people have not been saying, which I'm pretty surprised about, is the option of Io turning on Rhea has not been an option to people, which I think is insane. I think that one of the main options that I was really looking into was Asuka playing into the whole part. Obviously, Io feeling bad that she's having to do this to her so-called family, her not wanting to do this in the first place. So now we're seeing Io backtrack on her steps, kind of wanting to join back with her family that she came into WWE with and has formed into a big old family with. And so now you wonder, does Io turn on Rhea here and we see that match form back? Now, the more and more I start to think about it, I say no, just because I think that overall Io is not going to be a person that's going to run back to Asuka and Kairi. I think that she's done. I think everybody's done, and I think that at this point, Rhea needs to go after a title, and it's getting weird, because yes, there's always going to be the fans of Rhea Ripley like me. I love Rhea Ripley. I think that she's great, but then there's also people that think that she is just weird. She has a very weird character, and that she cannot fit in the ring with some people. That's what some people think. Believe it or not, I know us Rhea Ripley fans are definitely not happy to hear that, but there is some people out there that are like, I don't like this. I don't like this character. I don't like nothing about it. So there's also people like that just completely do not like Rhea Ripley, which is surprising. But it's okay, because I think in this match, Rhea and Io will win, and I think it's going to be an awesome match. So overall, I think after this match, Rhea definitely needs to go after a title, but I think Io will be caught up in this madness for a long time, but which will also bring back Rhea. So I think that Rhea's going to be tied up for a while too, which is very sad. But I think this is going to be a situation where you're going to be able to look at the card of Crown Jewel, and you're going to be able to look at the card of Survivor Series, and this rivalry is still going to be going on, and you're going to be able to put the pieces together without watching weekly shows. That's one thing I hate about WWE specifically right now, is you can look back at the past PLEs, and you can look at the card for Crown Jewel today or this week, and you can clearly tell that the puzzle pieces are going together. I mean, you can clearly tell that you can look at the past card of the last PLE, and it completely tracks. Like, if we look back, what was it that Roman and Bronson faced? So they're facing on Crown Jewel, and it's just a completely repeat of everything. I think that WWE is currently trying to find their way into figure things out for sure. But the next match I do want to get into, I have Rhea and Io winning the match against the Kabuki Warriors. But next up, an Australian street fight between Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed. Obviously, Roman being announced to open Monday Night Raw this week. We saw Roman Reigns come out, Bronson Reed and Paul Heyman interrupt them, and the match would get announced. An Australian street fight, Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed. But we would also see them get into a brawl. So, now this makes you wonder, who wins this time? Roman obviously winning last time, but him not really winning because he gets stretchered out. Paul Heyman saying in that little segment on Monday Night Raw this week that no man has ever took Roman Reigns out in a stretcher, which Braun Strowman did multiple times. Brock Lesnar did multiple times. But, that's whatever. Yeah, it's a good line going into Crown Jewel. But overall, I think that, the people who watched those times, people who were there week in and week out, seeing Roman Reigns get stretchered out, definitely did not take that well. But I think that this Crown Jewel match is going to be good. I think that overall, we have to look at the match, how good the match is going to be. Match is going to be good, right? The match is going to be awesome. I love how the match seems. I love how now we're obviously completely backstepping on our steps. But I think that one of the main problems here is that we're having Bronson Reed being booked for a show like this during the same day that Seth Rollins is competing against Cody Rhodes. So that's obviously going to be a big issue, knowing that Braun Breaker isn't on the card, but we are going to be able to see Bronson Reed on the card. So that makes you wonder, which makes me 100% wonder, what will be the opener. I would hope it would obviously be Cody and Rollins, but there's still some concerns there. But it's really cool to see. I'm excited. I think that overall, I do want to see Bronson Reed win. Obviously, Roman newly returning, him coming back. People were calling him a return merchant. I think they have to stop this. I think we have to do something else with Roman Reigns besides making him go away and getting injured and then coming back. We just need to keep him here for a while, have him in some serious storylines, which I think he's fully capable of. But I just think at this point, we're not doing enough to keep Roman Reigns busy. Right now, main problem for Roman Reigns is the Seth Rollins situation. He's still trying to get over the Vision. He's still trying to get over the hump of the Vision. So where does Roman go from here? I don't know, but I think that Bronson Reed will win this match and going to help Rollins if the match doesn't happen after. So I think that'll be a very cool touch to this match. Next up, we have a match that I'm probably most excited for, definitely most excited for, probably second, to be honest, and that's Cena versus AJ. The only reason I say that this is the match that I'm second most excited for is because I don't think they're going to be able to move the same. I'm not getting my hopes up, and by the way, if they put on a banger like they did, I mean, man, I'm going to be here for it. I'm super excited to see what they can do, but you got to take it into consideration. The years go by, they're getting older. They're going to move different, and we've seen that in John Cena in their retirement tour. Obviously, he still looked great in ring, but the matches, they've been all right. The storylines have been the main thing that's been good. So I think that, yes, I think that the match is going to be awesome. I hope that they perform well in ring. Obviously, that's something that we're going to have to move around with and figure out whatever we get there. But I think that Cena should pull out the victory here. But where do you go with AJ? I obviously want AJ to get another title before he does retire. That's going to be a main part of AJ's retirement is winning another title. I hope he retires with a title. I hope that in his retirement he finally beats Dominic, and that's like his main storyline. But I just like the fans ain't captivated enough by the storyline. But this match right here, super excited for. I hope Cena comes out with a victory. But obviously would not be mad at all if AJ does come out with a victory. But obviously, this match getting announced over social media, not something that I'm very proud to say. I think that obviously it would have been better to have them in a in-ring interaction, but Cena not being booked on any of the shows and them not going face-to-face since their match being announced obviously has affected it. But I think the power of nostalgia has carried us through where we're still excited for the match on Saturday, so I think that's going to power us through. And one thing I do want to talk about before we get into the next match, it is insane how early this show on Saturday has started. I am trying to adjust my sleep schedule. Obviously, we're having sports games almost every night now, so that's pretty hard to do. Obviously, y'all know I started a new page, but I don't want to advertise it on here. I know it's something that I'm trying to balance for sure. I'm trying to balance being able to post a video every day on that channel, but then also treating y'all like how I normally do on Instagram as well as here on YouTube. But I've definitely been slacking. So one thing I do want to say during this video is that it's going to pick back up, man. I definitely have been slacking, getting my mind too wrapped up on that new page. It always gets exciting whenever you make a new page. So I'm trying to get away from that newly exciting feel. But I'm excited that that page is doing pretty well. But this page is my main priority. This is that page. I mean, if it gets deleted tomorrow, it's whatever, you know. But this page, if it gets deleted, I'll be sincerely sad just because all the progress we've made over the years. So I'm excited to see where this channel goes in 2026. But I think that for now, we're definitely going to be sticking with this setup and everything like that. But needed to get that out. I've been wanting to address that, but I don't want to make it a full reel on Instagram or anything like that. I just want to make it public on here for the people who do watch these reel or videos and predictions, stuff like that. But next match is Stephanie Vauquer versus Tiffany Stratton for the Crown Jewel Championship / ring, whatever you want to call it. This match has had a great build-up. I think that the only thing that would make me say that it hasn't been a great build-up is the Kiana James and Julia stuff. Them going around the locker room every week and trying to hand out new flyers to join the faction and to get Kiana's help has been something I'm not very interested in. But Julia is really cool. I like Kiana as well, so I think that the storyline's getting there. I just think that they didn't need to stick their nose into business that is happening on Saturday. Obviously, on Friday Night SmackDown, them attacking Tiffany Stratton. I just hope they don't get involved in the actual match. And if they don't, it's just going to be a complete waste because we're not going to be able to see them do anything else after. So I think it's kind of a waste of a storyline. But because I know that Tiffany has no history with Julia, she's not going to. But obviously, I hope Stephanie Vauquer takes the acceptance to join Kiana James, which she's not. So that's definitely going to be a little iceberg to get over for me. Obviously, that's probably a shocker to y'all. Many people, I've watched many podcasts, many shows about this week's Friday Night SmackDown, and people, after seeing this Kiana James, Julia, Tiffany Stratton, Stephanie Vauquer interaction, people have obviously been saying that this face-off or this contract signing was worth nothing, which I agree with. But the words they got out, respecting each other going into this match, is something I'm getting warmed up to. Obviously, I think I love the negativity going into matches like this, but that's not going to happen. So that's pretty sad to see. But we have negativity going into the next match we're going to talk about. But yeah, I think for this match right here, it's hard to say. I think that obviously last year we saw Liv Morgan win, Liv and Cody win these Crown Jewel title and rings, which we still see them show off on TV, which Liv has been injured. So Cody's been showing it off every week in his entrance, doing the little finger thing. I will post a picture of that on the Instagram eventually. I got a good picture of that, so I'll post it. And it's still in the works of editing, so I've been shuffled around with it. But that will be posted, and which y'all have seen it. Y'all watch Raw every week. Y'all watch wrestling every week. Y'all know that he's been flashing that ring. But yeah, it's really cool to see, and I'm excited. I just think that for sure Stephanie Vauquer should win. Why? There's not really a good reason for me. I think that obviously as a journalist, my predictions have to be reasoned, but this one there's just no reason. You know, I think that Stephanie, obviously being a new champ, winning against holy cow, winning against Io. I think that it's really cool to see. I love to see it. I love to see Stephanie Vauquer go to the next level, go to this top position. But it also makes you wonder, you know, because will Stephanie win? I don't know, but it's going to be an interesting match. Obviously, Tiffany, in my opinion, being the women's MVP of 2025. Now, many have been saying it's Io. She's just been caught up in weird storylines. I can't really give her that. Obviously, great match. It's probably one of the greatest matches of all time. WrestleMania 41 with Rhea and Bianca for that title, which she did retain. But I think that in this match, I think I have Vauquer winning. Obviously, it would be really cool to see Tiffany and Rollins stand up there. But I think I got Vauquer. You know, it's obviously there's no picks on either side. I just think that Vauquer wants it more. I think that she's going to win, so I think that's my pick. There's no really real reason. And the last match, Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes for the Crown Jewel Championship. It's going to be interesting. I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to see where everything heads in this match, but the build-up's been great. You know, we've seen Cody and Rollins talking the mic back and forth, and the promo in Raw really has had me captivated. I've went back and rewatched it a few times, and I will say it was easily the best part of Raw, and it really, really, really has me locked in. And, which I believe it was on SmackDown, my apologies. But in this, it was interesting. You know, we saw Cody bring up how they've obviously, every time they faced, Cody's won. Cody returning to WrestleMania 38, him winning that match. Hell in a Cell, he won that match. And I believe we saw them again at Backlash. I'm probably 100% wrong. I can't not, or I'll have to regenerate. But yeah, we obviously Cody being 3-0 against Rollins. I'm excited to see if Rollins can bounce back. Prediction obviously being Rollins for this match. I think Rollins, no doubt, is going to win. I hope it's no interference, but what really put the icing on the cake for me, I wasn't on the fence, but I thought there was definitely a chance Cody could win back-to-back just because, I mean, he's the QB1, he's the golden boy of WWE. I knew there was always a chance, but Cody Rhodes, somebody I don't see him winning this year. But Seth Rollins, on the other hand, Paul Heyman told him, if you don't win on Saturday, then you make me completely question my decision in bringing Braun and Bronson in, and you completely make me rethink why I picked you. Paul says, if you lose on Saturday, you make me completely rethink my decision of picking you over Roman Reigns, you over CM Punk, and which he didn't say Punk, but I mean, it's obvious. He had the opportunity to join Punk, so I think that he has a valid point. Rollins, if he doesn't win, which I hope he does win because I don't want to see the Vision go, but at this point they're getting on my nerves. I would love to just see Rollins and Paul by themselves, which that's never going to happen. It's obviously Braun and Bronson's in a very good spot as a tag team. They're just getting used a lot more than I would love them to. But I think that Rollins has to win. But yeah, I think Crown Jewel's going to be an awesome show. I'm really excited to see where we can go with the show. Holy cow. And let me know down below in the comments. Do y'all agree with my prediction of all these matches on Crown Jewel 2025? Let me know below. And I'm really excited to see how the show goes. And I'm excited to see what y'all think in the comments. So make sure to have a good day. And I'll see y'all boys in the next one. Deuces.